What were you thinking?
You said some wild shit. I showed you that I was running late because I had a bald spot on my grass.
Yeah.
He was like, no shit grows there. Nigga, why do you think I'm in the yard? What do you think I was doing there?
Trying to make that shit grow?
Yes. So, and something's been bothering me because wifey has hassled me so much over the past couple of days about the yard. I just went out there. I bought like rakes and hoes and
Oh, you were doing all the things.
yeah, like seed and fertilizer, all this shit. I've been pretty much busting my ass for the past 3 days to get this shit off.
Okay.
There's a problem, and I foresee this problem coming, and I don't know. It's how I avoid like. I'm trying to find the politically correct term for it. I'm trying to avoid the
being an ass.
Nah, I think it's called like nigga shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the reason why this grass is bald, my neighbors across the street have a basketball hoop.
Okay.
Of course, having a basketball hoop across the street sucks. You always say, nigga, oh, you found me. Da, da, da. That's okay. I remember when I was young. I don't want to be a hater.
Got to take that L. It's part of being in the neighborhood. Yeah.
But the rim is across the street, so when they check the ball up, they're stepping on the grass. Now, they've been living here for as long as I've been here, which is a couple years now. So the whole front spot is bald.
Got you.
Now, I went in there with a hoe and I turned the soil. I put some food down, some grass food. I turned the soil. I added new potting soil. I laid more seed. I'm going to lay more seed tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful lawn.
Now, did you know how to do these things, or did you Google them beforehand?
I knew some of it, and some of it I had to Google, but I knew what I was doing. Because growing grass is not the hardest thing to do in the fucking world. I'm not curing cancer. We're not saving the fucking manatees. We're having a green lawn.
I promise you, I wouldn't have known to done any of that shit.
It's harder than it looks, but it's not that hard. It just I'll bust my ass for 3 days, and then I just gotta do like make sure I water it, and cut it, and I'm good to go for the rest of the year.
Okay, all right.
But this is the problem that I have because I know that there's going to be a problem. This is going to happen. I'm going to be home, and mind you, I just got a new security camera, so now I can see the lawn and everything.
You're going to be that guy.
This is what's going to happen. Niggas going to check the ball up. They're going to step on my grass. I'm going to come outside. Hey, guys, you see all this shit here? It doesn't look like it normally looks. Obviously, I'm growing the grass here. I need you guys to step stepping on the lawn. They're going to say, oh, yo, my fault, my bad. Yo, we'll make sure we're good. Yeah, man, no problem. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Then it's going to happen again. Now, I'm going to be more firm.
Right.
Hey, guys, please try not to step on the lawn. You know, I'm trying to grow it. I put a lot of hard work into this, you know. Oh, yeah, yo, my fault. It won't happen again. Then it's going to happen a third time. So, hey, guys.
And then you're going to become that old dude from the dead end.
and this is where it can all go wrong. I'm going to come out. I'm going to say, hey, guys, you know, I talked to you a couple of times about the lawn. It seemed like it's not getting through. So basically what I need to tell you guys is the next person who I catch step on my lawn, I'm going to bust your shit. And you take that as any way as you want it. I'm going to bust your whole shit. Now, at this point, most of them are young. Some of them are grown men, but most of them are young kids, high schoolers. Now, at this point, they might feel the need to tell an older brother or a dad or something. Right. And this is where shit gets all bad.
This is where shit goes left.
Exactly. It could go a number of ways. You know, I can whoop their ass. I can get my ass whooped. I can get my ass whooped, go in the house. Come back outside. And I would like to avoid this. Now, but I have a plan.
Okay. Thinking ahead. I appreciate that.
My car has recently broke down. I'm going to junk it. We're going to have to buy a new one. It's a hater-ass move because parking the car right there obviously interrupts the game. And of course, I'm putting my car in somewhat danger because a basketball is coming around.
Right, but I mean, if you're going to junk it anyway, then...
Well, I'm going to trade it in, but I mean, the trading value is going to be quite low. But, so I'm trying to figure out which way do I want to go. Do I want a problem?
Give him...
Do I want a problem? Do I want a problem, or do I sacrifice some of my own my own shit to avoid one?
I mean, I give them a chance. That's what I would say. I would say start there. Start with giving them a chance. If they fuck up, I would say avoid the problem and just put the car there.
That's what
And
I'm thinking. I was like, I just go down there first thing in the morning, move the car, completely avoid the problem.
right, and
But
then you good.
like I said, the main thing is, do I want a problem? Because I may just want a
No,
problem.
no, you don't. You don't want a fucking problem, bro. Like,
Most of my neighbors are cool, but they're not cool. So I've been gone. We've been on vacation, right?
right.
I come back, our mailbox busted up. It looks like somebody hit it with a car. Our grass is already fucked up because people step on it and shit all the time when they play basketball. My car, like the first week I got my car, somebody smacked into it, put a dent into the driver door and smashed the driver mirror. The neighbor 2 houses down almost ran me off the road a little while ago.
How the fuck? How? Swag.
Because he doesn't know how to merge. He doesn't know how to merge. And then when he seen that I parked two houses down, he backed up and bounced.
Oh, he ain't know. He didn't know that problem was up the block. Okay.
Exactly. So I may want a problem. You feel me? What would you do if you was me? Smart thing is
Move.
avoid the problem. No, I'm about to resign this lease.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm one for avoidance. I try my best. I'm like the Animaniacs. If you cool, even if you not cool, I'll let you rock to a certain point. Don't back me into the corner though. Like if I have no other tactics of avoidance, then I mean, just out of pettiness, I gotta fuck with you. So
I just feel like if I don't put the car there, there's gonna be a problem. There's gonna be a problem. So I'll think about it some more, but I'm pretty sure I want a fucking problem. All of it. All of it. Anyway.
You sound like you kind of set already. It sounds like you already made your decision. You were hoping that I would talk you out of it, but I don't have a strong enough case, honestly.
No, I'm overdue for one.
Yeah,
I've been good. I'm overdue for one. Anyway, let's go ahead and kick off the episode. What's really good? I am MTV Malik. He is Ace Metaphor. This is 224 The Basement. What's really good? Man.
The Nets are currently only down by 5 points in the second quarter. If y'all see me looking down at my phone, like I'm living on a prayer right now. Like I need this. Okay. I don't have a lot of luck in sports. Like I don't get a lot. Okay.
So
I'm a Mets, Jets, and Nets fan. Like I don't have much.
Yeah, tough shit. Now, interesting to me, I thought you didn't watch sports. And then I realized, is it just football?
I retired from watching football. The whole Kaepernick situation. So I bowed out of that shit. I still talk to people about it every now and then, so I kind of know what's going on.
Same thing I do with like WWE. I'm not really all the way into it, but I poke my head in every once in a while.
Oh, right. But yeah, no, like I still keep up with baseball. I still, keep up with basketball and shit like that. But I mean, honestly, I was never like super big into like watching sports. I love watching highlights. I love Sports Center. That shit's the best.
That really is the best. Let's wrap up all this sports shit in one and present it to you while you're at work. What the?
What's better than that? Like, but yeah, I need this. And I need them to give me this. So if the Nets could just go ahead and make this happen, because I've been rooting for them since like Derek Coleman days and shit. Like I need this.
Okay, I respect the reference.
Like,
now question: were you a Nets fan before they moved to Brooklyn?
Oh yes, absolutely. Like I was a New Jersey Nets fan. Like Dr. J is from the Velt. Like I'm with the Nets. Like all day, every day.
Was that your main team?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my main team. When I want to say when I was like maybe 14, 15, like that was my squad. Growing up, like it was like I like the Bulls because of Jordan.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you know what I'm saying? I like the Orlando Magic because of like Penny and Shaq. But like once I like started getting older, it was Nets all day. Like that was the squad. So I need this. I deserve this. Okay. I watched what the Spurs did to the Nets. I watched what the Lakers did to the Nets. I've been here, bro. I've had my heart broken several times. I deserve this. Okay. So
Oh,
let's fucking make it happen.
so there's so much to talk about. There's three main things that I'm pretty sure that we can just talk about these three main things, and we could be here all day talking about this. I mean, I'm not even sure where to start. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and dive in, because I start off with a long ass. Fucking story.
Okay.
Where do you want to start?
So, if you never knew how crime family America is, how we really get down behind the scenes, let me spin you a little tale. Secret recordings. I need everyone to understand.
This is where you start?
This is where I need to start, because bruh, this is some wild they talk about black on black crime. Here we are with some Republican on Republican crime. And I feel like
all right, no, go ahead and present the story first.
So, okay, all right. So a Florida Republican, because duh, Florida. Where else would it be? Where else would it be? So basically, my man threatens to have another Republican rival killed, murdered, rubbed the fuck out in order to get this position in Congress. My man said, and I quote, hold on, wait. I don't want to have to end anybody's life for the good of the people of the United States of America. That will break my heart. But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Fam. What?
See, and this will be different. I feel like you're taking this way more serious than anybody else.
Really?
First, yes, this congressional seat, first off, no one really gives that much of a fuck about. It's pretty minor. Two, this is the equivalent of your drunk uncle or your old high school friend popping shit about, they're drunk and popping shit. I don't give a fuck, man. I get you touched. Da-da-da. And that's really what it is. He was trying to sound big, bad, and tough and intimidating. And really, it's fucking laughable.
Fam, nah. You're not gonna sit here and make me believe that the same cats that got all rah about running up on the Capitol, like these are the same people that talk about how much they want and love their guns. Like, I don't personally, somebody that's representing me, you can't say that shit, bro.
And that's the reason why this lady secretly taped him. Because she said she thinks that he is unhinged in his hate for his fellow Republican. Obviously, this person is unhinged. This guy is fucking crazy.
My man, William Braddock? That man is on one. Like, for real. Talking about, and it's, you know what? It's fucked up. But if he was talking about a Democratic opponent, I'd be like, yeah, that seems legit. But he's talking about offing another Republican.
Is it sad that I'm kind of okay with that?
Oh,
I mean, both.
Yeah, but like
I feel about them the way they feel about when two gangbangers in Compton kill each other. Well, it is what it is.
And this is the shit that trips me out. Like, we've heard, I mean, I've read a lot of articles and stuff like that about a split within the Republican Party, these QAnon people and shit like that, these conspiracy theorists.
Just remember this. Not all Republicans are Trump supporters, but all Trump supporters are Republicans.
Yes, right. And what we're seeing here is just like how deep that schism is between these factions within the Republican Party. Like, we thought it was bad between like Bernie supporters and Hillary supporters. No, fuck that. They're talking about orphan motherfuckers. Like, dog, these
to that, I only got 2 words. Do it. Do it. So big, bad, and tough. You can get Ukrainians and mind you, how problematic it is to say that you can get Ukrainians and Russians to hit a sitting a U.S. candidate. Okay,
and I ain't even get there yet. Like,
ignoring all that, do it. You pussy.
They were talking all this hot shit about Hunter Biden and his dealings with the Ukraine and shit like that. And it's like, bro, you talking about getting hitmen.
Here goes the thing. They keep throwing Hunter Biden in because he's related to Biden. Guess what? We know he's a fuck up. But guess what? He's also not running the country.
We didn't vote for him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, everybody got a relative that they don't exactly want to fuck with. Cool,
yeah, exactly.
Whatever. I'm not gonna blame you because your son is a little.
Yes, he's a fuck up, and you know what? That's okay because everybody's family got a fuck up somewhere.
Law of averages, it's got to happen. The bigger your family is, the more fuck ups you got. Like, so I'm fine with that shit, but it's like, bro, we really got cats out here that are willing to off people. And also, like, I'm looking at her name.
You're taking it too serious. He's not willing to do it. He was just shit talking. So? Not at all. Not even remotely.
There's a lot of unsolved mysteries. There's a lot of unsolved mysteries that
he don't got the
reach. He
don't have the reach. He doesn't. He's unhinged. Nobody likes him. He doesn't have any real power. Doesn't have an insane money base. He's talking shit.
It's June 17th, 2021. I want everybody to document this right now. My man said this white cis hetero male in Florida doesn't have the reach to have someone murdered.
He doesn't have the reach or the balls. Fuck him.
All right, let him lose this race. See what the fuck happens.
He is going to lose this race. He is. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. I want to go ahead and jump into music.
Oh no.
Which one you want to do first? Maroon 5 or Migos?
Do you want good news or bad news?
Go ahead, just pick.
No. Why did Maroon 5 let me down like this?
All right. Jordi Deluxe, which is weird because did they just drop the Deluxe or is it a regular Jordi? Because it just came out, right?
Fam, they gave us the collector's edition without the original. Like, they gave us the Game of the Year edition and nobody voted for that shit. Like,
so what was your take?
Take it. You take it, please. I don't want this shit. I don't want it for free. Like, you couldn't. If you put this shit in my stocking stuffer, I would set the stocking on fire. Like, I don't care what else is in there. Damn, I am so fucking. And I've known for a long time. Like, Harder to Breathe, Songs About Jane.
Songs About Jane.
First fucking song that came in the door, they kicked the hinges off the fucking door with that song.
Songs About Jane was all about fucking.
That whole album was fucking crack. Beginning to end to beginning, shuffle it, whatever you want to do, that shit is fucking fire. Their second album, I forget the fucking name of it, but that shit was fire too. Fuck that. They got a little too poppy for me. It stopped being about Maroon 5, and I felt like it became more about Adam Levine. Fine, whatever. Make your money, make your music. It's like they got to the cliff of pop, and Adam just fucking swan dived off that shit and was just like, I'm going full dangle in this bitch. And
full dangle.
Like, I be watching Key and Peele on Hulu. Shit gets stuck in my head. Leave me alone.
Did they reboot it?
No, it's just, I just be watching that shit on repeat. Like, I go to sleep to that shit sometimes.
You're 30, man. Grow up.
Go fuck yourself. I'm 35, first of all. I'm a grown-ass man. I watch whatever I want when I go to sleep. Can't nobody stop.
So, let me tell you how I feel about that.
No, like, it wasn't there. It just wasn't there.
Now, I'm inclined to agree with you. It wasn't there. Doesn't make it a bad album, just it wasn't really there. Now, here
Hold
goes
on.
the funny thing about it.
Let me find this one track too. Hold up. Go ahead. Continue.
For me, oh my God. For me, this song wasn't the album wasn't really bad. The album was a whole album of singles. Here goes the problem.
It was. It was.
It was a good album. The problem is it was too good. Way too good. Way too good, suspiciously good. Like it feels something's off. Nowadays, we have all gotten smarter. We all know a little bit more about everything. And social media and shit like TikTok, there's people talking to us all the time. Industry
Mhm.
people, all kind of people.
Mhm.
Through this, we know that people have become millionaires from learning about marketing. And people have become famous and millionaires themselves by learning how to market themselves.
Mhm.
We become very aware when we are being marketed to.
And that's
This
what this
feel
whole album is.
this whole album feels like they are marketing themselves to every fucking market available. Even the features sounds. Stevie Nicks is on this album in a completely fucking useless role. She got T-Pain. They use her to come in for the hook. Stevie fucking Nicks, the legend that she is, to T-Pain a hook. Why?
That's a
Because
good
she went
point.
viral earlier this year with the guy, on the
Yeah, yeah,
skateboard.
yeah.
She's popping. Megan Thee Stallion, popping.
Oh shit. Juice
Um,
World,
Juice
Nipsey
World,
Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle, and mind you, that Nipsey Hussle feature was, when you listen to it, that, that was some shit. That was some shit. Because you listen to Nipsey Hussle and just the subject matter that he was speaking about on the song that it was about, it was, I'm trying to find the right, jarring. It was just, hearing
Mm,
Nipsey Hussle about but even the features and the Megan feature didn't even fit.
at
It's
all.
at
At
all.
fucking all.
But
Oh my
guess what?
God.
Hey, if you're a Megan Thee Stallion fan, if you like the kind of music that Megan Thee Stallion makes, and she's incredibly popular, here we are with her. Let some of her shine rub off on us. Oh, you're a Nipsey fan? Let some of his shine rub off on us. YG, it all sounds a little
Her.
bit, uh-huh, it all sounds a little bit too good.
Fuck.
All right,
Yo.
Clueless Vino says Maroon 5 did basically what companies did after civil unrest and during Pride Month. Brother, you are speaking the fucking truth. Is it a
Super
bad
facts.
album? No, but it's completely phoned in. It's completely too overpop. Is this a band? Because it sounds like it's produced, and Maroon 5, especially Adam Levine, love to make producing, loves to hear producing, and loves to take melodies that are made famous by Black people. Am I saying it's appropriation or anything? No, maybe he has a good ear, but this whole album was put together, it sounds like this whole album was put together by fucking Spotify algorithm.
And honestly, you know what? Now that you say all of that, the song Seasons in particular.
In part,
I
it sounds like a Bryson Tiller song.
I swear to God, I was in the shower listening to the album.
Who wrote that? Oh,
And
let me tell you fucking infuriating. Black Bear. I like Black Bear. He has all the talent in the world. A little weird, but he makes good fucking music. He just pulled a verse that he didn't use on Hot Girl Bummer and just said, yeah, but you're gonna go with this one. I don't even think he re-recorded that shit, he just sent it in. Same exact
bruh,
fucking flow. How lazy can you be? And I
bruh,
like Black Bear.
it
This whole
was
album it's good in all of the wrong ways.
yo. It's so crazy because like once I got the Seasons, I turned it off. Like I had to come back maybe a couple hours later and finish the album. When I heard that shit, I was like, yeah, hey Google, turn this shit the fuck off. I cut that shit off. And because he was rapping. Adam
Yeah.
Levine was fucking rap. I've still never heard that whole song. I've only heard the first like 15 seconds of that shit. And as soon as I heard him rapping with that set, and he has that same like Migos type flow or whatever,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. With all the features you have on here, you couldn't have got somebody to do that for you? Get out of here,
Exactly.
bro.
We are more intelligent. We are a more intelligent audience than what they gave us credit for. When Drake came out with the Tootsie
Mhm.
Slide, was it a bad song? No. Drake can't make a bad song if he fucking tried. But everybody just says, "Oh, TikTok is popping.
I
Dances on
hate them, but
TikTok
yeah,
is
you're
popping,"
right.
and everybody was able to sniff it out.
I
Dude,
need one of those.
you made this whole song just to get on, just to be popular on TikTok, and guess what? We don't like being marketed to in this kind of way. It feels exploitative.
Right, right. Yeah, and honestly, I think that's the problem. Like, I haven't fucked with Maroon 5 in a while, honestly. But I can go back and I can listen to a couple tracks, I can listen to a couple singles, whatever, payphone, sugar, stuff like that. No problem. But
Sunday morning.
th- oh no. Anything on songs about Jane, like get out of here. Like,
All
we
right.
don't even need to talk about that.
But
But like after that, like they had some joints still. I might not be able to fuck with a full album, but they still had some joints. But this shit was irredeemable, fam. Like
it
this
was
was
good.
insulting.
It was good in all of the worst ways.
And
And
like, you know what? Now that you said it the way that you said it, it reminds me of some of the critique Cardi was getting, where it's like it's all your music is becoming too clean. Like it's
right,
becoming too like produced and stuff
exactly.
like that.
Your
Yeah.
album sound like it sounds like the first 15 tracks from Rap Caviar. Here goes the funny thing is, if you had to guess how many writers are on this album, whole album, how many writers
If it's less
are
than
credited
25,
on
I'd
this
be
album?
shocked.
It's close
Less
to 50.
God damn.
It feels inauthentic. And I don't say that to be mean. This is an album, it's called Jordi after the manager who passed away.
Mm.
Even the song Memories, it just sounds like they try to get the whole Wiz Khalifa, missing you
the,
thing going on.
the Puff Daddy, I'll be missing you type vibes. Like,
And it lacked any kind of real heart on a song that is supposed to embody it. And that just symbolizes the feelings of this album. This album
also,
is great in the worst ways. It's great elevated music. It's great to put in the background while you're cleaning. And that's
I wouldn't even do
where
that.
they're safe at. I know we always talk about like, oh, people gotta get out of their comfort zone more, and people gotta try to do different things. And like they did everything that we say that people should do all the time, and it's just all in the worst way.
Can I let me bring this up to you. Do you feel like Adam held back on the singing? Like, do you really feel like he was like doing his thing, or do you feel like, because to me he came across wild reserve. I felt like I could sing along with the whole album. Like,
He did come off a little bit on the more reserved side. It doesn't really sound like he really stretched his voice out to all the depths that it can go, but
right,
it sounds like a phone-in performance.
right.
Like no one
Thank
really
you.
gave their all,
Thank you.
and
Thank
we
you.
can
That's-
tell.
I just want to make sure it wasn't just me.
I think they had the best of intentions. I think it sounded like a great idea, but really it just sounds like the machine churning out an album, like the
honestly,
literal machine.
I don't even think they had the best of intentions. Like, I feel like,
Probably not. Probably,
yeah,
probably not.
I feel like they had some shit on deck, and they were like, all right, fuck it, let's put this together. Like,
Right.
50, almost 50 writers
Jesus Christ.
on a project that's less than an hour. Fuck you. Fuck you.
And the short songs, and no third verses, no extended song. Even Memories wrote, even if it was two songs together, it all really seemed like one.
Like, that was fuck. Like, I ain't getting no ragdoll. I ain't getting no woman. I didn't like nothing. There was nothing there for me to like really be like, all right, well, at least they had this. Like, there was nothing for
None
me.
of those songs are getting thrown into the workout rotation.
Ugh, fucking
Maybe
terrible.
I'll give it a second listen. Maybe I'll find one or two. And like I said, none of them was bad. These are all songs engineered to be great. They're going to play great when you sell out fucking Shea Stadium, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, I won't be there.
fucking safe, non-threatening guys. The most offensive thing about Maroon 5 is Adam Levine's tattoos and when he went shirtless at the fucking Super Bowl. That's the most offensive thing about him. But and I don't say that to be mean. I'm a
No.
huge Maroon 5 fan, but this wasn't
Well,
it.
I was like, but you
No.
know what? No. Fuck that. I got the intro on this shit because if y'all listen to this podcast, fuck that. If you know me at all, you know I don't fuck with the new shit. Like, it's no beef, no static with them, but it's not my wave. You know what I'm saying? But oh wow. All right.
Bring it in.
It's 2021. And I'm about to make a statement that I never thought I would say. This Migos album kicks the shit out of that Maroon 5 shit. Early.
Culture 3. I have not been a huge Migos fan. Never really was. They do make a lot of good tracks. I used to work in a lot of clubs and bars and stuff, so you know it was always fine for me.
Right.
I was offended with Culture 2 because that wasn't an album. It wasn't an album. It was a data dump.
They played, I was offended.
And like I said, we're all smarter now, so we know when you drop that 40-track project, it's just so you get more streams, and we know this all now. This new style, the 808s, trap heavy, da-da-da-da, Migos proves why they're on the top of the game, because they're some of the best at it. A lot of high points for this album, because I was not expecting much. I was expecting a shorter Culture 2.
I was expecting white noise.
Right. I found a lot more substance, and what they talked about, what I found is a crew perfecting their craft. Is it my favorite type of hip hop? No, but they're the best at it. One, I give them hands for, I give them their flowers for. Their beat selection is top fucking notch. They don't have any whack beats on it. And a big problem with these Southern 808s, bass heavy, after a while, a lot of them sounds the same. They know how to switch it up and still stay true to themselves. The features, for the most part, were all shining stars, and not a lot of the features outshine them. I don't know why the fuck they gave Drake his own song. But then again, I kind of get it. If Drake was on my album, just say, hey, why don't you just do the hook? I got this. Hey, all right, man, go ahead, do you.
Yo, Drake really just like rambled on for like, I want to say like 2.5, 3 minutes. And I'm just like, wait, whose album is this? Is this shit on shuffle? Like what? Bruh.
But placing that up in the front though, it was good and it set the mood. The beat selection was amazing. The features were good. The album itself sounded pretty cohesive. It sounds like they're all recorded together. So in the middle of a pandemic, it doesn't sound like a whole bunch of tracks were sent. It was greatly mastered and edited. It was engineered great. This is a good album. This is a great 2021 album.
Honestly, like Lord knows I never thought I'd be
Wasn't
here.
Expecting
but
this.
So like Vaccine, that shit went hard.
That shit went hard.
What was it? I like the Picasso shit, which is Migos and Future. Like,
yes.
Who am I even? Like,
no, I like Future.
I don't like neither. I don't like none of the above. Like, first of all, I blame Future for all the shit we're swimming in right now.
Here goes a track that really threw me off guard. Roadrunner, which normally would be a track that I fucking hate, and I fucking love that song.
I thought you were gonna say What You See, because
also dope. It's a great album,
and it's Justin fucking beat.
Great album, and I was thoroughly surprised, but in a good way. We always talk about people need to get out of their comfort zone. I feel like with their beat selection, they've really done some different stuff.
Bro,
this song structure it's still the same, but
for me, if I gotta tell anybody to listen to one song from this fucking album, it's Antisocial.
I love Antisocial.
That shit, because
Juice WRLD came out showing his ass.
It's their style. It's totally the Migos, up and down. Juice WRLD comes through, kills the hook, no problems there. Like, but what they're talking about, like, you really feel like, oh right, they're people. Yeah. I almost forgot. Like, I thought they were just caricatures of what hip hop or what rap is supposed to be. They really put themselves into the fucking music.
Like the big old stereotypes.
Right.
Just a great album. And I love it because I can listen to it with the kids. Mostly I hate the music that the kids listen to. But the features really shine. Cardi, NBA, Young Bleu, Future. Great album, man.
I can't say great. I can't say great because I definitely had some zone out moments where like the flow was very monotonous and stuff like that. But like overall, I want to again, the second half of the album is what hit for me. When they got
Right.
they got more introspective, they started like getting into more deeper topics and stuff like that. I feel like even the flows switched up a lot more on the back end of the album
I,
instead of the front
I feel
end.
like they're clearer. Like you understand them a little bit better. Like a little
Yes.
bit of more enunciation. So
God, I thought I was tripping or I developed super hearing or something. Like, but yes, they were way clearer. Like,
so right now in the chat, my man Clueless Vino said Culture 3 finally showing the maturation.
maturation, you got it.
Okay, maturation of
Yeah,
Migos.
yeah.
I do feel that. I do feel like they're older.
Absolute.
I do feel
Absolute.
like they're older and I feel like they've gotten better. And all reality, I commend it. Even as
Yes.
not a huge fan, I commend it. I love it. I love it when
You
people
love to
grow.
see it.
I love a lot of people shit on Jay-Z's Blueprint 3. I loved Blueprint 3. Mainly
What that shit is in my car right now.
I love
what?
that shit. On to the next one is like my fucking anthem.
Thank you. Yes.
But the theme of Blueprint 3 is something that actually moved me to my core. The theme is growing up,
Growth.
moving on, and progression.
Yes.
And I love that. Love that. So I give all of the flowers to Migos. They really came, show their ass. I love seeing their different personalities shine a little bit more in here. And it was just great. I was thoroughly surprised because I was so ready to come here and just shit on Migos.
I was like, all right, I'm about to throw a video game on. I'm gonna do a little work, something like I'm gonna do something while this is on. And I was just like, yo, this ain't bad. Like,
I knew I was in
trouble.
I knew I was in trouble when I didn't hate the first single, Straightening. Ain't shit get straightened but straightened. I was just like, it's dumb, but I don't hate it.
Right. And honestly, that was another one where I was kind of like, this hook is stupid, but it's gonna be stuck in my head for the next week.
It kind of knocks. All right, let's go ahead and move on to something a lot more serious. And I really wish I would have took a little bit more time because it's a little bit more sensitive.
Okay.
It's very sensitive. You're the one who sent me the story.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me.
You want to bring it in?
Well, I don't know what we're talking about. So you
Virginia Tech linebacker.
Oh, I didn't send you that. That was you, bro.
Okay, that was me.
It was, yeah. This all you, Pimpin'. I got the color commentary for this. You got the play-by-play.
This one is sensitive, and I really hope we can handle this subject matter with care.
I make no promises.
This is coming from the New York Post. The headline is Virginia Tech linebacker accused of beating man to death over Tinder catfishing. Basically, a college football player, freshman, gets catfish, meets this person on Tinder, after some type of sexual contact, finds out it was a man, beats the man to death.
No, wait. It wasn't after sexual contact. Let me clarify that.
I think there was.
No. Okay, so he went to the Blacksburg apartment of 40-year-old. I'm leaving names out of it, even though it's reported. He went there in April, with the thought that he's gonna get some head. That was the thought, right? After matching up with someone named Angie on Twitter, right? So he goes to the spot. Oh shit, he went there on May 31st. God damn it. So yeah, okay, so he went there for a second time. So I guess the first time he got ghosted. He showed up and nothing happened. Yeah.
Damn.
So
See,
if you watch Catfish, if you watch Catfish the show, this is very common. And this is the tie-in that I'm gonna make to this article. Now, you watch the show, what happens is these people will tell you, like, oh, I'll meet you at such and such place. Oh, come through to my crib, blah, 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 blah. They'll send you to the other side of the fucking country and then be like, oh, my phone died. Oh, I fell asleep. Oh, I was in the shower, whatever. And that's why I didn't see you. So the person, he went back the second time to meet up, at which point he discovered the person he had matched up with this time was male. And things went awry. He told investigators that he punched the guy 5 times in the face and stomped on him.
See, so this definitely
Yikes.
changes things for me a little bit
Yeah.
because I thought there was some type of sexual contact.
Yeah,
Being for,
no. Nah.
being for the fact that there wasn't, oh man, blurry, as it does change things just a tad bit, a little
Yeah,
bit for me. Basically, it's not so much what happened, but the dealing of the trans community. The trans community sees a lot of violence like this.
true. Very true.
And I felt a lot of different ways because I was under the impression that there was some sexual contact. Being for the fact that there wasn't, this was 100% wrong by the young man. The young man should not have beat this guy to death. The young man who was assaulted should not
It was
do it
not a young man assaulted. He was 40 years
40.
old.
But
Like,
even at 40, the penalty for this should not be death.
right.
The What I really wanted to focus our conversation on is consent. What needs to be consented, what needs to be discussed when something like this is happening. Because if I'm going home and I'm hooking up with a girl, I don't have to verify the fact that I'm a naturally born male. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, well, to specify with this situation, that wasn't even a problem. It was literally just an older man pretending to be a woman on Tinder.
Right.
He was not, identifying as like transgender. He wasn't like it wasn't anything
I,
like that.
I
But
get that.
to the topic that you're bringing up, like that's
I'm trying see, I want to have the discussion of where the fuck is this line at?
right, because that's
Now, the trans community sees a obscene amount of violence for them. And I like to think that I'm pretty woke.
right.
But there are some buts. There are some buts. Somebody just says like, oh, oh, I don't mess with trans women. Well, trans women are women. Okay,
Right.
cool. Before we go to this hotel room, where's the line? Do you think trans people have to verify their original gender at birth? And I think in the normal context of the day, they don't have to say shit to nobody. They don't have to explain shit to nobody. How they live their life is how they want to live their life.
Right.
The problem is once you get into a relationship with somebody who may not know this or may not be aware of this, with something happening and them finding out and that kind of a fashion leads to a lot of violence against the trans community. And don't get me wrong, they get violence for no fucking reason. They get violence for walking down the
For
street or just
existing.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about that, which is wrong.
100%. 100%. I would honestly, I would say, if you're going to introduce intimacy into your relationship, whether it's a one night stand, whether it's, you want to be dating, whether you, especially if you're going to like get married or something like that, like you have to disclose that because for a multitude of reasons. I would say
But before you give me the reasons, I feel you on that. The pushback I'm seeing is there is a large amount of people, or maybe a certain group in this community, I'm not trying to paint everybody with a broad brush,
right.
who say they don't.
And
They shouldn't feel like they have to.
And I understand why, because like, I don't know,
It's sensitive. I get it.
right. It's like, I don't know exactly how to make the right comparison. The first thing that came to my mind is just like, okay, if I don't know, if I have an allergy, right? I'm not telling somebody like, yo, listen, before we go and have sex, like, I'm allergic to strawberries. Like, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? Or like, before we have kids, I'm not like, hey, listen, before we do this, before we have kids, like, I'm allergic to peanuts. Like, that's not something that I'm going to disclose. Like, it's not something that I feel is necessary. It's just a part of who I am. It is what it is. So
Right.
I could completely understand why somebody would feel like they don't need to, or they shouldn't have to. But also, you like, okay, like let's say I was somebody who wants to have kids, which I totally don't. But like, if I was to get with somebody who is a transgender woman expecting to have kids outside of adoption, or having somebody, a surrogate or something like that's not an option. I can't just have children with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Science ain't there yet. So it's like that's that's something, because I completely believe that at some point in time you'll get there, but
No, I feel you.
we're not there right now. So it's like it's something that to avoid frustrations or hardships, or just feeling a way about your partner later on, like these discussions need to happen. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I'm one of those people who believes whether something's right or wrong, you have to protect yourself.
Right.
Now, is it right that as a black man, if I walk down the street with my hood on, I'm looked at as a threat? No, that's
No.
not right. But when I'm in certain situations, I'm damn sure taking my fucking hood off just to give me that extra 5% chance of fucking surviving the night. You know what I'm saying? And people will look at me like I'm wrong for that. But I keep making it home at night, so I'm going to keep doing that shit. So it's like to put yourself in a position where you can kind of avoid the psychos out there. You can avoid these fucking people who will flip out on you when they find out what the situation is. Like, the sooner you tell them, the safer you are. I'm not excusing them. I don't want anyone to think that. I'm not excusing
Right.
these people. These people are the problem. You are not the problem. These people on the other side are the problem. But you deserve to go home at night. So even if they're wrong, you need to live. So it's like, we not in a utopia. You can't look at things as how they should be. You have to look at them for what they are. And unfortunately, at this point in time, you can still get fucking killed for telling somebody that you're transgender while you're sitting on the bed with them. You might not make it out of that room.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I really like the way you put that. It's hard to make a better case for myself. Is it right that this is happening? Absolutely not.
No.
But you need to protect yourselves. And protecting yourself is having that conversation early. I'm not one to say that you have to do it or it should be differently. I'm sure every case is different. But I think the sooner that both parties are aware, the safer it'll be.
Yes.
None of that deserves a death sentence or getting stomped out to death.
Ever. Under any circumstances.
Even just for matching. So in that specific situation, what brings it up, that makes it even worse because I hate to say that I would have more empathy for the young man if some sexual contact happened beforehand. I don't think it should be that way. Being trans shouldn't lead to your death in no way, shape, or form. So I guess the safe thing is
like,
you know what? The safe thing is both parties have to be in the know. If a cop pulls me over, hey, where you going? None of your fucking business. Not the greatest thing to do, but the safest way is, to have a safe interaction. Sometimes that comes at the price of dignity.
right. And
Unfortunately.
honestly, that's something that my father taught me. Like,
Black people know that well.
Yeah, he worked, a couple different jobs and stuff like that. One of which was security, and I want to say that was like right after I was born, or maybe even like before I was born. And his supervisor told him, he was like, "Listen, your job is to go home at night. So as a security guard, if all you do is get to the phone and call 911, you did your job. Like, you're not expected to jump in front of bullets and, play Superman and shit like that. Like,
it's called the James McCurdy rule. Don't approach, don't try to catch and don't chase after somebody in a robbery. I think it was like a clerk or something named James McCurdy. He tried to do the most, and they, I don't know. I guess they like blew his fucking head. I don't remember the exact story, but
Right.
I tell, I tell people like that in my store all the time. I'm like, listen, we can replace his merchandise, can't replace you. I'm like, yo, you ever get held up, ever get robbed up? Give everything up. Give it up.
And
Give them extra.
this my boy chiming in again, Clueless Vino. I appreciate both of y'all having this conversation. It's an important one. Honesty is definitely still the best policy, but the transgender community has felt tossed to the side so often that they fear that instant rejection. It's tough for sure. And like that's
Well
the
said.
whole thing. Like
It's tough. It's tough and it sucks.
Right. You can't even in this day and age, all the technology that we have, all the knowledge that we have, all of this shit that we have, and we still have people who feel uncomfortable being themselves. And that's fucked up. Like, there's no excuse for it. We cannot have this much, we cannot be this advanced and still have people sitting in their homes feeling uncomfortable in the skin that they're in because of how the outside world is treating them. That shit is fucking unacceptable. Like
100%. Well put. Well put. I really hope we handle this subject matter with care. Anybody out there listening, we would love to have more information to talk about stuff like this more intelligently. Lord
absolutely.
knows we don't know all of the terms all of the time. We do try to make sure we're educated and talk intelligently about things. So we're not trying to be, we're not trying to offend, or we're not
Right.
even trying to inform. It's just a discussion that we're having with ourselves. And hopefully a lot of you people out there can have those conversations with yourselves. And hopefully it leads to just a better place for everybody.
God willing. Like
Not depending on how they're born. And I remember I was talking to one of the kids, and we was kind of talking about the subject matter a little bit. So like, well, how should you treat them then? Everybody else. That's the most respectful thing you can do.
That's
Treat
it.
them like everybody else.
That's it. Like, and that's honestly like that's what everybody wants. Whether it's somebody who's like differently abled, whether it's somebody who is transgender, lesbian, gay, bisexual, whatever, no matter what the situation is for them, they're still a person. And that's all they want to be treated like. So just treat them like a person. If you're an asshole to one person, be an asshole to all people. Like me.
Absolutely. I am. So, let's go ahead and move on. What do we got next?
Got on here? Let me see. Because
we got mad shit on here. And we are already 52 minutes in.
Oh, shit. Are we? God
We
damn.
are.
I should be over here just kicking it. Like, I really just be enjoying the vibe. Like, oh, hold up. Okay, I don't know what you want to talk about, but fuck this. I listened to a whopping 25 minutes of the Rory and Mal podcast. And can I just say, Joe was right. These motherfuckers boring as shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even get that deep into it. I was
you sent me the shit.
I know. I feel bad. I feel like a bastard. I was about 10 minutes into it. Do you know they're number 2 on Spotify right now?
Get the fuck out of here. Based on what?
People wanted to listen.
That
first little video,
a whole lot of nothing.
That first video they did got well over 1 million.
Well, I mean, because everybody was curious about the situation. They wanted to see what they was going to talk about. But
we're not curious anymore.
It's over. Like
the whole implosion of the Joe podcast was just fucking, it's terrible.
And okay, so let me ask you this. Have you listened to the Joe Budden podcast since?
Yes, but not nearly as much.
Bro, I have not tuned in at all. I haven't listened to See the Thing Is. I haven't listened to the Joe Budden podcast. I'm never listening to the Rory and Mal shit again.
They dropped to number 4. The only ones ahead of them is Caller Daddy, the Joe Rogan podcast, and Drama Queens. Caller Daddy got a $60 million deal.
What the fuck? Hold on. Do you know the background of the Call Her Daddy podcast?
I know they were over at Barstool Sports for a while. And I know
it was two women who were
Right.
doing the shit, and then there was like a major beef that happened between the two of them, and the joint that's still there was just like, ha, fuck that bitch, I'm over here getting my checks, and she just ran with the shit, like, and now it's 60 mil.
60 mil.
60 mil.
And here goes the fucked up thing is, I'm a Joe Budden fan. I've been a Joe Budden fan. I like Joe Budden. Always did.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we just seeing Joe just ruin himself completely? First off, his whole I'm here for the creators equity thing is all the way out the fucking window. None of us believe you. None of us believe you whatsoever. You talked all this ownership shit, and then Rory was just like, ownership? You're like, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. That's one. Two, all of these people making deals, you gotta imagine Joe was offered a deal somewhere in that realm, somewhere between the 15 to 25 maybe. I feel like
This is
maybe
probably more than that. I would think.
I feel like maybe there was some negotiation to be had there. Does it feel like Joe, when Joe left Spotify, it felt like the whole world was open about what he wanted to do. They took the time off, ended up on Patreon, which is cool, which is okay. The money comes directly to them. But I don't know. It feels like a missed opportunity.
Nah, and I do still feel like I feel like Joe Budden is like a smaller Vince McMahon. He's like, because Vince McMahon is a millionaire that should be a billionaire. And I feel like Joe Budden is a high thousandaire that should be a millionaire.
Nah, Joe probably got a couple million.
Like Liquid?
Liquid? I would say Liquid, he's probably $2-3 million range. Because think about it like this. YouTube alone probably pays $1 million and change. Now, of course, I got to get spread around. Spotify was probably a couple $1 million deal. Cash App was about $600K. He's still getting royalties. Vino said Joe become the thing he hates the most. Bravo.
Joe has accountability problems. Joe possibly overvalues himself. And
he has
then
accountability and accounting problems.
Right. And thank you for catching that CM Punk reference. My G. Appreciate you. But like, no, like either way, wherever Joe stands financially, it could always be more. And I feel like
perfect. No matter where he's at, he could have always had more, but just always seemed to shoot himself in the foot at some point.
But I can say this though, it's okay. He's a very weird case because he makes the right moves. Like, first of all, you can't do that, because who was the first mainstream rapper really popping on the internet?
No, Joe was way ahead of the curve with that, especially with
Smoke the internet, right?
And Joe Budden TV, yes, absolutely.
Right. The podcast switchover blew that shit out of the water, and that was with Everyday Struggle first.
Yeah,
and then
he definitely made that show. You know, Joe always talk about that meeting with Hove, and where Hove was like, so what? And let me tell you something. That is a Joe Budden fucking villain origin story. That's what it is. That's how it starts.
Jay created a Joker? Like,
yeah, that's really what it is. He's really been a villain since. He lost a lot of love. A lot. And the biggest thing is, a lot of people feel like they can't trust him now. We could barely trust his ass in the first place.
And that I think that's the biggest problem. Joe makes good moves. And like, okay, like, because everybody thought he was washed. Thank you.
Yo, Vino on point.
Yeah, see? He caught it. Thank you. So he makes the right moves. Everybody thought like, oh, you skipped the Spotify deal. Oh, your money's over. Like, blah, blah, blah. He's caking. Like, get the fuck out of here. He made the right move for himself.
He is hemorrhaging followers and subscribers. Hemorrhaging.
But that's the thing. That's not for the move he made. It's for the personal shit he does. That's where Joe kills himself. He kills himself with his personal relationships. He
kills himself by who he is as a person.
It's not, as a businessman, Joe is pretty on point. As a person,
still don't have a podcast deal.
Yikes.
Does
he need one?
I'm pretty sure that Patreon is looking a little light.
But is that because of is it because of his business move, or is it because of the sexual harassment shit? Is it because of the Rory Mal situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it because he made that move when he had an established fan base? Because that's what you do. You could go independent if you have the fan base, but he's killing his fan base by the shit he does as a person. That's where Joe always kills himself. Look at Slaughterhouse. He fucked that up because of who he is as an individual. Like,
Joe Budden is addicted to destruction.
Plain and simple.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase. Joe Budden is addicted to self-sabotage.
Yes.
And that's who he is as a person.
Yes.
He is a consistent train wreck, and that's who he is.
Slug, you're not going to do this. You're not going to come into the chat room talking about Slaughterhouse like this. He said Slaughterhouse was buns anyway. Sir.
Listen, Slaughterhouse could have been just Joe and Royce.
Nah, fuck with Joel's.
So do I.
But okay. But nah.
Lightly.
Oh shit. Okay.
Come on, Joel and Crooked Eye haven't done jack shit since.
Do we?
You know what they could have done?
Crooked Eye have an album?
Like, they could have made better music.
Oh,
there's that. Let's go ahead and move on. I think we can get to. I think we can get to one more before we get out of here. No, Jay-Z suing photographer. That's kind of boring. Young Bleu forced to defend sister's car gift. No, you could have got her a better car. Don't be an asshole.
No, what the fuck? No, that explanation made perfect fucking sense. I'm gonna buy this first-time driver a 6-figure car. Why would I do that? Who's doing that? That's how you create spoiled entitled pieces of shit. Like,
yes. Could he have bought a better car? Yes. So Young Bleu bought his sister?
His sister?
Yeah.
His sister. Yes.
Yes. Little sister. So he bought his little sister a car. And apparently, what kind of car was it? It was like some mad regular.
It was like a caddy.
Caddies are cool. But it bought her a super regular
I'm sorry,
car.
A Chrysler.
It bought her a Chrysler. And he said, growing up, Chryslers was the shit. Stop lying. No, they weren't. They had a 300. It looked like a baby Bentley, but it had a fucking Hyundai engine in it. But he was like, Chryslers were dope coming up. He bought her a Chrysler, and people got on him like, yo, how you gonna buy your sister, such a trash ass car, regular ass car? He's like, yo,
keep your hands out of my fucking pockets. Like, get out of here, man.
First off, one, he didn't have to do shit. He bought her a car. Bravo. A lot of times, you see white people all the time. They turn 16, their daddy give them, a Cadillac, give them a nice car, da-da-da-da. It happens to such a less percentage in the Black community, and that should be celebrated because it gives them a little bit of heads up. The biggest thing with Black people is that during World War II, after that, you got these baby boomers coming up. They all this inherited wealth that we didn't have because we were shut out. We were shut out from buying homes in the suburbs. We were shut out from getting the GI Bill. We were shut out. And somebody's in a position to put his family in a better position. It should be celebrated. Shut the fuck up. And don't stop worrying about that man's business.
I don't understand how the fuck this became a thing. And the internet tried to drag him. But give me a Chrysler.
The internet is stupid. We know this.
It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers who ain't never seen money, who ain't never helped nobody, trying to tell somebody else what to do with their fucking money. He gave his sister a fucking car off top without asking for shit. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I was just telling you about how my car broke down, about to park it. I'm about to park it on the street just to keep niggas from stepping on my grass.
Right.
And I take a Chrysler. I'm not that picky.
Please give me one. Like, get the fuck. Man, everybody who had a problem with that shit, please find the biggest dick you can find and suck that shit. Appreciate you. Thanks. Like,
all
fuck
right.
out of here.
We're about an hour into it. It's almost time for us to go ahead and skate. But before we do, I
Oh
like to make a stop at a nice little place that I like to call
shit.
Choo Choo
Yeah.
Recommendation Station. Oh, you don't have one, do you?
I have fuck all for this shit, bro.
God damn it. All right, I tell you what. I'm going to go first. You Google something.
I'm
All right.
gonna look some shit up.
All right, so today, recommendation station, just something we always suggest to our readers, some form of media, website, anything that we feel like you can benefit from. And
Yeah.
I would like to, today, my recommendation is cheaperthandirt.com. Cheaperthandirt.com sells gun accessories that are really cheaper than dirt and are somewhat hard to find. Now,
You about to tell people where to cop red dots from? Like,
yes, laser beams, extended clips that are like this long, 32 bullets, 100-round drums, any of that shit. I mean, it is definitely the way to go. I mean, shit is fucking bananas. I highly suggest this website. It has a lot of great stuff. Red dot sites, down the barrel sites, cleaning supply. Oh my God, this shit is fucking crazy. I want a problem.
oh my God.
I really do. That is going to be cheaper than dirt.com. They will mail you this shit. It just comes in the mail.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
One of the best things about Georgia, cheaperthandirt.com. Hopefully this was enough time to buy something that he.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
What do you have for? What do you have for?
Before you incriminate the shit out of yourself for future crimes, you
It's
fucking
all-
Minority Report
It is
case.
all legal as fuck, and I did buy just
No.
gloves because you always use gloves when you load them
You
in.
fucking
That way-
fuck.
That way you never got to find. See, in California, when you buy ammunition, you have to leave a thumbprint. You don't have to do that here. Just load it up with gloves. Yo, you good to go.
So, go on, get
Cheaper
that
than
ass
dirt. Go ahead. Get the ass hot. All right, slug.
the fam, like,
Just to put it out
be-
there, I only represent love, peace, black power, and don't fuck with me.
yeah, please don't,
please
because
don't.
he has cheaper than dirt, and
Please don't.
yeah, it'll
Yeah.
put you in the fucking dirt. Anyway,
What do you have for our listeners?
so I watched this series on Hulu, Young Rock on Hulu.
So I haven't seen it, but I heard about it. It looks interesting as shit. But
It's heartwarming. Like, that's the best way that I could describe it.
that's good.
Yeah, essentially what it is it's just it's a fictional situation where The Rock is running for the presidency. And as he's running for the presidency, he's doing interviews about his childhood and stuff like that in order to make himself more relatable to, the constituency.
Right. I felt like it was in the same vein as like Young Sheldon and Everybody Hates Chris. Like looking back, telling funny stories, fictionalized stories of themselves growing up.
Kinda, but I would say the major difference is this isn't in chronological order. It jumps around quite a bit between like high school, when he was a little kid, stuff like that. And to me, at least, one of the most interesting things isn't really The Rock himself, but his interactions with his family. Like finding out more about his dad, Rocky Johnson, his relationship with his mom is just, it's like painfully adorable. Like you'll constantly feel it in your chest. Like, and then as a wrestling fan, seeing these actors portray like the Head Shrinkers, Andre the Giant, the Iron Sheik, Macho Man, like, bro, they fucking killed it. Like, I really felt like I was transported back in time watching these people as the situation happened. So it's very lighthearted. There's little specks of drama in there, but it's like a normal sitcom. Everything's cleared up by the end. It's fine. But it really gives you a very deep insight into who Dwayne Johnson is as a person. And like, if you didn't like The Rock before, I don't know how the fuck you don't, but if you didn't like him before, my God, are you gonna fucking love this guy now? And this could totally be how he becomes president. I don't know. I'd vote for him. Whatever.
That's dope. I actually own a first edition copy of The Rock's first autobiography. I'm pretty sure some more is going to
Nice.
come out. Two, love The Rock. Love everything about The Rock. Do not want him as a president. Just even though I don't think he'd be a bad president. When you put anybody next to Trump, it's like anything would go.
Anything's better. Anything.
I have a hamster named Caesar. They said, "Hey, you gotta pick one to be president," and I would need a minute. But we've kept you here long enough. Make sure you check out Young Rock. I am gonna actually check that out because it does sound interesting as fuck, and I could really use some wholesome content in my life. Two, stay off my yard. Three, go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Malik_MTV. You guys can follow Ace Metaphor at
Ace_Metaphor, MEDA4 on Instagram.
Feel free to simplify that any one of these days now.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
Give us about a day, and this is going to be up on YouTube. YouTube. Give it on YouTube.
There you go. Talk shit about my fucking Instagram. You
Shut
can't
up.
fucking say YouTube right.
And give us a day. We're going to have this up on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you get your favorite podcast. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. Thank you for listening. We love you 100%. We're out of here. Once again, I am MTV Malik. He is Ace Metaphor. This is 224 The Basement. Good the fuck night. Oh, yeah, fuck that up. Totally fucked up the ending. I need to organize this shit. This shit is all wild fuck. Yo, son, but seriously, cheaperthandirt.com, they got wild shit. I'm not even sure what all that shit does. I just know this is dangerous.
Right.
Like
I should have all the dangerous things. Why don't I have all the dangerous things?
Exactly. Because AR-15 is next up.
Oh my god. Are those legal? Like,
Yeah,
no, it's just the attachment for it that you gotta be careful of.
Exactly. This is pretty legal. I mean, like, not inside of a fucking school.
No, they're not.
But yo, is it scared that that's why I kind of don't want to get one? Because, like, yo, what if one of these go crazy? You know what? 5th grade hard. Everybody has
right,
to
and
die.
just snatch your shit up and just run up in there. Like, and then it's on you.
Exactly. That would be fucking terrible. So I'm not in a huge rush, even though I do need to get one soon.
So, okay, so I